Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Mohd Izzat bin Saidin. My matric number is 056062. Today our group would like to present about ERM framework for DG.com Berhad. Now, I will tell you about 5 key principles of managing risk. The first is that in order for DG.com Berhad to achieve its business goals, risk must be recognized and managed across the board. Secondly, the strategic planning process, business decision making, and day-to-day operation all include risk management. Thirdly, threats are identified, analyzed, respond, and report on accordance with DG.com Berhad policies and procedures. Next, risk and risk response must be assessed on a regular basis by management. And lastly, monitoring and reporting on compliance with the enterprise risk management framework is required. Next, we go to DG.com Berhad risk management approach. DG.com Berhad has adopted the top-down, bottom-up, and OCHA approach to ensure consistent application of risk management by all staff in the execution of strategy, achievement of business objective, and day-to-day operation. OCHA represent O for objective, R for risk, C for control, and A for alignment. Now we proceed to DG.com Berhad Enterprise Risk Management Process. The Enterprise Risk Management Process of DG.com Berhad comprises the following steps. The first step is risk assessment and mitigation plan, and secondly is risk response, and thirdly is risk monitoring, and last but not least is continuous improvement.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Hakimi bin Izuddin. My matric number is 054458. I will present about the DG.com Berhad ERM approach. The first is the top-down strategic risk identification, where it is a decision-making in a governance level. Next is the bottom-up divisional strategic, where it is a decision-making in a management level. The next approach is the objectives. In this part, the company mission is to deliver Internet as part of the commitment to build a connected Malaysia enabling access to mobile internet services. Their vision is to be the #1 mobile internet provider for the mass market. And their main objective is to deliver connectivity in a safe, reliable and efficient way to as many Malaysians across country and focus on growth to create a long-term value. For business strategy, the company has to focus 3 areas. There is the growth, responsible business and modernization. Next approach is the risk in the company. In this context, there are 3 major areas of risk that can affect their performance. For risk 1 is the market. This is where the company exaggerates among industry players, digital service providers, and new entrants. Market price may influence both revenue and margins. For risk 2 is financial, where the company is unable to maximize profitability for the shareholders' return. And risk 3, where the telecommunications company like the DG.com Berhad could be more prone to external security attacks and threats. Last but not least is the risk appetite and the risk tolerance in the company. For risk appetite, it is the level of risk that the DG.com Berhad is willing to accept to ensure in pursuing their objectives. Meanwhile, the risk tolerance is the collection of risk that the company can be considerable and accept based on the ability to manage the risk.
Good morning to Dr. Roslida. My name is Atisila, son of Chandran. My matric number is 056190. So today I will continue my group presentation with control and alignment. Control includes all potential risk response from DG Berhad, whether perceived as opportunities, uncertainties or hazard. Okay, DG Berhad use an internal control to control their risk in the company. Okay, there are 3 main categories of internal control. First is preventive control, which is respond to reduce or avoid event, errors and incident occurring. Okay, the second is detective control, respond to identify ongoing threats and provide assistance during investigation and audits after an event as occurred. Okay, the third is corrective control, response to reduce or limit the effect of threats that have occurred and recover naturally normal. Okay, the next part is alignment. So alignment occurs at all levels within DG Berhad between the targets, threats and controls. The first is between strategy, operational objective and individual job accountability. So strategy objective are the long-term goals on of an organization that help achieve the mission and vision to success in more specific plan and projects. So the second is between the risk being taken and the DG Berhad attempt and tolerance of risk. Risk tolerance is the level of risk that DG Berhad can accept for each individual risk, while risk attempt is the total risk borne by DG Berhad determined in aggregate. The third is between control, the desired level of investment in implementing such as control. So in implementing control, the level of investment is very important to determine the efficiency of risk management. So the last is role and responsibility of DG management team. DG management team is the key roles to identify significant risks and opportunities, evaluate the risk profile and drive mitigation strategy on a regular basis. That's all from me. The next part will continue my group member, which is Danish.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Umair bin Hamizat. My metric number is 056495. Today I want to talk about DG company, which is risk management and mitigation. As we know, the definition of risk management and mitigation basically is the process of defining, evaluating and minimizing threats to protect scope, timeline, expense and quality. Also, we know the DG's risks are identified based on the risk assessment performed kind of relative to the organization ambition and objective from our strategic planning process, which essentially is quite significant. Primary responsibility is to recognize significant risks and opportunities, assess risk profile and implement mitigation techniques on a regular, and also line managers in particular are expected to take responsibility for risk management within their areas of responsibility.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Najmuddin Bin Marzuki and my matrix number is 054877. For this video presentation, I will be talking about the second step of ERM process for DG, which is risk response. Okay, the first one, competitive threats and market pressure. As competition intensifies among competitors, digital service providers and new entrants, price and market erosion may impact both revenues and margin. Second, agile digital transformation to deliver differentiated services. As the technology landscape and customers' demand on mobile data evolve, we could be impacted if we are unable to shift and transform our services to deliver the relevant customer experience. Third, capital allocation and operational efficiencies. Failure to maximize profitability for shareholders return if we are not able to robust in capital allocation, operational efficiencies, and free cash flow management. Fourth, regulatory, legal, and compliance. Regulatory and compliance risks due to changes in law, policies, or requirements on spectrum, license, access, registration, business ethics, or tax law. And the last one, data protection and management. Vast amount of data is subject to numerous compliance, security and privacy requirements. Effective data governance is critical to fulfill increasing customers' expectation. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syahmi bin Hamdan Afandi. My metric number is 056004. What is risk monitoring? The ongoing method of risk management, identify risk, deciding on therapies and designing control are all common steps in risk management. The method of keeping track of risk assessment, implementation and identify and managing new risks.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Aiman Najmuddin Bin Rogaizat and my metric number is 056783. I would like to continue our presentation with the final step of ERM process in DG.com Berhad, that is continuous improvement. After performing risk response and monitoring, an organization will going through a continuous improvement. It is not only focusing on the previous risk assessment, but it is working for overall of the organization. This is because risk management is an element of a non-stop improvement approach. The continuing identifying and treatment of the risk is reinforced by mapping the major risks for the organization and its unit. The first aim for the continuous improvement is to engaging more employees that will help to enhance the efficiency. Next is lowering the employee overtime that will decrease the expenses. After that is increasing more competitive product and service, and last but not least is providing better customer service for identifying customer value and minimizing waste. If DG Berhad facing new barrier in this step, the cycle of ERM process will start over. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.